June 2nd, 2018. That's the day Angelo, my husband, lost his life. He drowned in the river behind our home, and it happened right there in our backyard. His brother and our son were in the water trying to save him, and I was waiting at the house. David, our son, was walking up the pathway from the river to the back door. His clothes were soaked, his face was pale, and he looked at me and said, "Dad's gone." In that moment, I knew this wasn't just the day I would lose the man I married. It was the day I would meet the deepest part of myself, that part that could either be shattered or awakened. Losing Angelo wasn't just grief. It wasn't just about death. It was about all the layers we carried in life. The layers no one else sees in a marriage. The moments, the weight, the silence. His struggles with sobriety, our anxiety, our money stress, our emotional wounds, my own fears, our faith journey, and our attempts to rebuild something sacred. When he died, I didn't just lose a husband. I lost the entire story of who we were and who we were still becoming. I lost the version of myself that was still attached to the past. And I had to decide right then and there, do I stay in this version or do I step into something new? You know what's wild? My mind wanted to collapse, but something deeper rose up, not out of strength, but out of necessity. It was like I just knew if I don't meet this moment differently, it would take me under too. I did connect with the grief counseling team. We had 2 or 3 follow-up calls. They were kind, they were compassionate, but I could feel it deep inside my gut. That path wasn't mine. It just didn't resonate with me. I knew I had to find a different way to process what happened, something more internal, something that would meet me exactly where I was. I didn't know the words for it then, but what I have learned is this. The unthinking mind, the part of us that runs on autopilot, would have taken this trauma and made it my identity. It would have replayed it, haunted me, turned the grief into a never-ending loop. But I chose to reframe it, not to erase it, not to pretend, but to give the experience a different meaning so it could live inside me without destroying me. I've always been a warrior. I don't know why, I was just born this way. That day didn't turn me into a warrior. It reminded me I already was. It brought that part of me forward, not to fight the grief, but to stand inside it, to let the pain move through me without letting it consume me. I know not everyone feels that way, and that's okay too, but for me, rising didn't feel like a choice. It felt like remembering who I have always been. Angelo didn't just leave me behind. He left his brother, his sister, and his now deceased mother, our son, and our daughter. And here's the hardest truth. I couldn't walk their journey for them. I wanted to. I wanted to hold them, to fix them, to save them. But I only had strength to work through my grief. That was the most honest and most painful thing I had to accept. And my son and I didn't heal together. We went our own way. We walked through our own darkness. But because we both did the work, not perfectly and not quickly, we eventually found ourselves walking hand in hand. Him a transformed man, and me an intact mother. And there's something else. Our daughter was 6 months pregnant when he died, grieving her father and while growing her first child. And when her son was born, she named him Angelo. Not to remember, but to carry forward the love and the lessons and the light. Angelo, we were imperfect, we were struggling, we were trying. And I know that deep down beneath the noise, the pressure, the pain, you loved us and we loved you. I wish things had been different. I wish you had stayed. But I've carried you in every step of this healing, and I want you to know I didn't rise instead of you. I rose with you in spirit and in truth. You were part of the battle and you're part of the victory. And this is my story, my journey. It's why I became a clinical hypnotherapist, not because I trained for it, but because life prepared me for it. This wasn't just education, it was initiation. Angelo, I love you, we love you, and you gave me a new purpose, a rebirth.